Welcome to the final chapter of the Flora course. I've shared everything about the technique behind the rose garden model, openly and in full detail. But one very important area remains, and that is color. At the beginning, you can rely on my finished pieces for inspiration, from this series or from others.
But naturally, you want to know, how do I choose my colors? How do I decide which ones to combine? And how much of each to use? I actually use 4 main approaches to working with color. The first is the simplest, finding beautiful palettes online. But today, I want to focus on the method that changed everything for me, the Itten color wheel. When I first discovered Johannes Itten's book, The Art of Color, it felt like a revelation. Everything I had sensed intuitively suddenly became clear, structured, and logical. Itten was a Swiss painter and Bauhaus teacher, one of the first people to organize color theory into a usable, visual system. His 12-color wheel is still used today by artists, designers, and textile creators all over the world. Let me walk you through 5 key color harmonies. First, monochrome. That's when we use one single color, in different shades, from deep to soft. Second, analogous colors. These are colors that sit next to each other on the wheel. They create gentle, calm, and natural combinations. Third, complementary colors. These are directly opposite on the wheel. They create strong, energetic contrast, bold and expressive. Fourth, triad. 3 colors, evenly spaced or slightly offset, forming a triangle. One of my favorites to use in scarves. Fifth, tetrad. 4 colors forming a rectangle. It's the most complex and often the richest harmony of all. But it's not only about choosing colors, it's about balance. If you use all your colors in equal parts, the result feels chaotic. That's why we follow a simple ratio. 1 color is dominant, the second supports it, the third is an accent. A classic formula is 60, 30, 10. When I realized color could be trained, I started practicing, even in small ways. For example, while riding public transport, I would look at someone's outfit. If it looked beautiful, I asked myself, why? And I would mentally overlay the Itten wheel, searching for the color scheme. I used to keep little color scrapbooks, filled with postcards, wrappers, and cutouts. I analyzed why I liked them, what made them work. This built my eye for color and gave me confidence to move beyond my comfort zone. I also enjoy using fiber blends, ready-made palettes created by professional colorists. They're great when I want to simplify or build something quickly. For instance, the scarf Northern Sea is a blue monochrome with white accents. Frida Kahlo, a strong triad. And Viva la Mexico, my favorite tetrad example. At first glance, it looks chaotic, but underneath, it's all logic and structure. Blue is the base. Brown and yellow are its contrasts. Green and pink are delicate accents. I don't sit down thinking, I'll make a tetrad today. I just try to create something beautiful. But because I've trained my eyes, harmony often happens naturally. Sometimes I turn to artificial intelligence for fresh ideas. I use a tool called Midjourney, not often, but when I need surprise. It suggests unexpected palettes. Most of them are strange. But now and then, one feels like a gem and makes me think, wait, can I actually do that? It breaks habits. And that's often where creativity lives. So now you've learned the technique. You've explored structure. You've practiced color. Now, It's time for true creativity. This is where the magic begins. Let me invite you on a different path, the path of inspiration. Instead of starting with a template, begin with a feeling, an idea, an image in your mind. Inspiration can come from anywhere. A historical era, Victorian, Gothic, Belle Epoque, a style, minimalism, pre-Raphaelite, Baroque. Nature, like morning mist in the forest, warm desert sand, or the stillness of a frozen lake. Even food, the rich red of cherry pie, the depth of dark chocolate, the glow of soft caramel. What do you gain from this approach? You're no longer just making a scarf. You're telling a story. Your work becomes truly personal. It's unique and filled with intention. You grow your intuition. You deepen your relationship with color and texture. You learn to trust your creative eye. Over time, this is how your style emerges. A scarf made with confidence and care, even if it's simple, feels different. It speaks. It holds meaning. This is what I wish for you as you finish this course, that you leave with not only new skills, but also a new way of seeing. I hope you'll take everything we've explored, technique, structure, color, inspiration, and begin crafting from within yourself. Thank you for joining me on this journey. May your future creations carry your voice, your vision, and your joy.